Hi boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed listening to our story, Happy by Romero Britto, a very famous artist who is still alive today. He has a lot of lines, colors, shapes, patterns, all the elements of art in his artwork. And today you're going to be learning the first step of your Romero Britto inspired art project, which will look like this when it's done. Today we're going to focus on the drawing, creating, and tracing part. I'm going to teach you how to draw a dog. You can also have the option of drawing a cat. So I will show you a dog and a cat, and you can choose which one you want to do. Let's get started. All right, make sure you have your paper. Your paper is going to go nice and tall, vertically. You need your pencil, your Sharpie, and then your crayons we'll use later on when we add color, but just know you will need them for this art project at some point. So I chose to draw a dog for mine. The dog is going to be pretty similar to what a cat would look like. If you choose to use a cat, instead of making the rounded floppy ears, you would make pointed triangle ears. So I'm going to start with a stretched out sad face at the top. That's going to be the top of my dog or cat's head. For this project, I'm going to draw a dog. And a stretched out curved shape to make the ears. Now, my ears I drew so big, they're going off the edge of the paper. Kind of looks like a piece of pizza. That's okay if yours go off the edge of paper. If you decide to make your dog have pointed ears, or if they're not as big as mine, that's okay. And once I have my head for my dog and the top of my ears, I'm going to start at the top, go in the middle, go down, and draw an upside down triangle. Now I'm drawing this pretty big. This is my dog's nose. I'm going to use a curved happy face going down from the nose out to the side of the ear on both sides to make his mouth. And since we're drawing in the style of Britto, it might look a little silly, but I'm going to go in the middle of his nose and draw a straight vertical line all the way down almost to the bottom of my paper, but not quite. I'm going to move over a little bit and do the same thing on the other side, but I'm going to stop before I get to the bottom and add some big curves for my dog paws. Now I'm only making two little toes that you see on my dog, but you can certainly add more if you want to, pretending the other ones are behind him so you don't really see them as much. Now my dog's looking pretty silly. He needs his back legs like he's sitting. I'm going to go to the top of his head, big curve out, and then a little curve for his foot. That's his legs kind of sticking out because he's sitting. Same thing on the other side. Big curve out, and then another little curve for his foot. All right, we have our dog, or if you chose to draw a cat, you might have a pointed ears at the top. We need to add some circles for eyes, and I'm going to make a little spot around my dog's eye. If you don't want to add that, you certainly don't have to. Your artwork, your choice. If you look at Britto's artwork, he has lots of patterns and shapes all across it, lots of bright colors. He breaks his artwork up into different areas and draws different types of patterns, lines, or colors on the inside. So using straight, horizontal, diagonal, or vertical lines, you're going to separate or break up few areas of your drawing to create different shapes. Inside these shapes, you'll be adding lines, patterns, or shapes to decorate them. I'm going to do the same thing in the background. I'm just adding some lines to separate my background into sections. Inside each of those sections that I create, I will be thinking of different lines, patterns, or shapes to fill in the space. All right, my dog looks like it's broken up pretty well. I'm going to leave the space alone. I want that to be one solid color or design. So I need to start thinking of what I want to do. I'm going to start with just some slightly diagonal lines. And then, let's see, I think I'm going to make some hearts over here. I want some of them to look like they're kind of going off the edge, so I might just draw part of a heart as well, kind of coming off the edge of that section. So notice I'm not drawing the same thing across my dog or my cat. I am doing a different type of line, shape, or pattern inside each of my sections. Some of them I might just color in solid color. That's okay. I'm going to do some spirals over here, I think. These kind of loopy lines all over this section. I'm just going to draw some more straight lines. If you're stuck on lines, patterns, or ideas of what to do, go back and look at Romero Britto's artwork. It might give you some inspiration and ideas for adding your own designs. Alright, you can keep it simple too. I'm just going to add some circles over here to fill in my space on my dog. If you choose, you can also make some of your areas just colored in a solid color. You want to have at least 6 sections with shapes, lines, or patterns. The other sections can be solid colors, but at least 6 with lines, shapes, or patterns. Now I'm just drawing some lines next to each other and some dots over here. And then I think maybe I'll make some more loops, but I'm going to add a couple extra loops so it's a little bit different. And then, last but not least, I'm going to add some wavy lines kind of going off the edge for my background on this side. When you're done drawing all of your details, remember at least 6 different kinds of lines, shapes, or patterns in your sections. Yeah, I think I'll add one more over here. Do some flowers really quick. You're going to trace everything you drew in pencil with Sharpie. Those are our steps for today. We are not coloring just yet. We're going to focus on adding color next art class.